Okay, Wilfred, you were talking before about being drafted and everything. How did you meet your wife, though?
Oh, I met my wife through being in the Walther League. That was a
The youth
club
group.
in the church that for young people. For two different ages. We had.
Was she at Immanuel at the time or no?
No, she wasn't at Immanuel.
Okay.
But we were meeting with our youth group. Would meet with Mobile and with Alberta and with Foley.
Okay.
And we met every 3 months while we'd have a meeting together.
Mm-hmm.
And she belonged to the one in Mobile. Her mother was an organist in Mobile. Mm-hmm. And so I'd see her every 3 months at one of these meetings that we had.
So when did you kind of start taking a liking to her?
About the same time. Then I'd start making trips to.
How old do you think you were at this time?
Oh, I was 25 probably.
Oh, really? So Walther League when you were about 25?
I might be off on that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But anyway, that's how I met her, through Walther League.
But you were young at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got a letter after we married. When they rejected me, the
Army.
We got married because we weren't going to get married if I was going to get
sent
overseas.
Okay.
So anyway, we got married, and when we came home from our honeymoon, we had a letter, and the letter said, "We want to re-examine you."
Uh-oh.
And so I was just got a new wife, and I just get sent down to get re-examined. Well, they lowered the qualifications. I was accepted then, but it looked like I wasn't going to be sent overseas because it was my vision was unable to be corrected. See.
Okay.
That one eye was just out.
And that was still the Army that wanted you, right?
Yeah, the Army decided they'd take me.
Okay.
Under they called it limited service.
Okay.
And so I was in the Army with limited service, and my wife was out down there with me at Camp Blanding. And we lived, Mr. J.C. Penney of the Penny Company here. You've heard of J.C. Penney. He had built a home at Penny and called it Penny Farms. He built this home for retired pastors. His father had been a minister, and he built this home down there at what he called Penny Farms. And he had about 50, I'm guessing 50 apartments in this large place. And during the war, while a number of ministers were staying in the service and not taking retirement because the other younger ones were getting in the Navy or the Army Corps for, what do we call when you were a minister in the Army? What are they called?
Chaplain.
Chaplain. They were making chaplains out of them, and so he had a place that wasn't even full, see, with people staying at Penny Farms. So my wife and I applied, and they accepted us to stay at Penny Farms. And we had a pretty nice apartment then, and we were about 8 or 10 miles from where I worked, and I was in a carpool, and we would drive to work and go to work, and then after work, I come back home to our place at Penny Farms. And that's where I lived for about several years while I was in the service.
Now, after you were in the service, you came back to work for
Pensacola Hardware.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, what do you remember the year you were married?
What? How many years?
What year? Do you
Oh,
remember? That's I know.
I just can't come up with it